Nice. Oh, we can crash. Hello gamers, it's Winryu here from Grind This Game, back with Factorio. I'm like totally loving this game, it's super fun, and there's just so much I haven't unlocked yet or learned yet, and I'm excited to learn all the things you can do in this game. So off camera, since the last episode, I kind of rearranged my science stuff over here. It was basically spreading out too far in the north-south direction, so I made it kind of branch off here to clean things up a bit. Oh, research done. I've also been just working my way through all the red-green research. I'm almost done. There's 4 things left here. Yeah, so I got green research going on here, red research going on here, and then they all merge in here into the 8 kind of labs. Just realized they all get names, random names. One called Bitcoin. So research is going at a pretty good rate. I'm pretty happy with it. We also laid down a bunch of concrete. But what I want to play with this episode is oil and gas stuff. So I built a pump jack, which is something that got unlocked. It's under production, pump jack. So there was one little oil reservoir here that I'm using, and I just put a pump jack and laid some pipe that inserts into these tanks. So they're filling up slowly. This is only producing 7.1 oil per second, and it'll gradually decline down to 1 per second. But there's a slightly larger oil deposit way over here, and I'll just run over there. So the actual deposit is way over here. If I zoom out, you can kind of see it actually on my map. It's way over to the left here. The main bus is over to the right. And there was, I guess, 1, 2, 3, 4 oil wells here. So we've capped them with these pump jacks, and all this pipe kind of leads, fuses together, and heads on over to the main base. So I used some underground pipe here, as you can see, so I can actually run across it. Otherwise, you just can't get over it. So it's worthwhile using underground once in a while. It costs more materials, but it's worth it. And this area keeps on getting attacked by biters, so I've got a few turrets set up here. 1 here, 3 actually. And I should really set these up to automatically load magazines. Right now, I've just stocked them with 200. Eventually, I'll put a box and an inserter to load ammo into these. So this leads all the way along here, off to the main base, right here to these 8 storage tanks. So they're slowly filling up. I thought I would get it capped and start storing it so that at least it's accumulating so that we can then use it. Now, one thing to know, if you destroy an oil pipe, I think you lose the oil that's in it. So you got to be kind of careful and plan how you lay it out. And I've also heard that if you mix liquids in a pipe, you're basically screwed. You have to like disassemble all the pipe with all the mixed liquid and kind of redo it. Modular armor researched. Oh, it's got resistances. Oh, look at this. Inventory size bonus 10. Don't understand why it has a grid size of 5x5, but maybe we'll try to make that. So let's do, night vision, battery equipment. I'll just keep working my way through all this research. Night vision, some cool stuff. Oh, so we're getting attacked. They really like this area over here. But I think our turrets are going to take care of it. I don't want to run all the way back. Yep, turrets took care of it. Eventually we want to get lasers, because apparently lasers can really do some really good damage against biters and spitters. So we've got this oil here, and we're going to try to make some stuff out of the oil. And I've kind of reserved some area here for that kind of stuff. So you need to send the oil to an oil refinery, and that's under crafting, under production, it's under oil refinery. So I've already built one, so I'll just place it down here. Wow, we're going through this research quickly. Battery equipment, let's do that. Okay, so here's the oil refinery. I'm just going to put it here. I'm not sure how much room we're going to have and how much we're going to need, but so it needs power, quite a bit of power, 420 kilowatts. And I think oil goes in this end, but let's give it some power first. So we've unlocked big power poles, which have a really long distance, and medium ones, which have kind of a decent distance, but also a larger coverage area. So let's use that there. So we got power. Oh, choose a recipe. So all we can choose right now is basic oil processing, so we'll select that. So there we go, it's telling us oil in these two ports, and then what comes out of it is... this research is going so fast. You can see the status up on the top right here of the research status. Anyway, so let's lead some pipe into these two, or one oil port at least. Now to make a corner with the pipe, you just kind of place it above and it automatically makes a bend for you. So I don't know if I need two inputs or just one, but I'll just do one for now. From the outputs, we got these three things. Now the next thing you can build is a chemical plant. So I already built one of those, so I'm just going to place it down here. Now I think there's multiple things you can make with these chemical plants, so put some power over here. Now choose a recipe. Sulfuric acid, which requires sulfur. Solid fuel requires light oil. Looks like there's two types of solid fuel, or three types, and then there's lubricant, plastic bars, sulfur, and batteries. And batteries require sulfuric acid, and sulfuric acid requires sulfur. So I'm thinking of making some sulfur. So choose that. So it needs water, and it needs this, what are these things called? Petroleum gas. Actually, before I do this, what I'm going to do is lead a pipe out of robotics. What I'm going to do is lead some pipe out of all three and build kind of buffer tanks. So under logistics, there's these storage tanks. So I'm going to build a bunch of those. We need more iron plate. So I'll lead some pipe along here, and we'll put a few storage tanks down. You can rotate them, and they have these input ports and output out ports. So you can kind of chain them together. There, so we've got a bit of buffer, and then we'll start filling up with heavy oil. And we'll do the same for these other two. So I'm just going to build some firearm magazines and piercing round magazines, because we're getting more and more biter attacks, and I want to have lots of ammo ready. So piercing rounds need firearm magazine plus steel and copper. Firearm magazines just need iron plate. So I've set up a basic magazine making machine. So this one makes regular magazines, firearm magazines, and this one makes the piercing one. So we'll just let that fill up mostly, because we need a constant supply of bullets, because we keep getting attacked by biters over here. So let's go see how much damage they've done. So they've only damaged the wall, so that's not too bad. We're a little bit low on magazines here. We can stock that up. And it's really expensive to repair walls using these repair packs. Let's see what a repair pack costs. They take electronic circuits, 2 of them, and 2 iron gear wheels. But a wall only takes 5 stone bricks. So I'd almost rather like just replace it with brand new wall than invest in repairing it. So we'll just add a few more layers of wall here. So once we get some armor piercing ammo set up, I'll get these to auto reload. So if we look at the map, there's a big chunk of biters. Oh, they're attacking right now. So I think they died. Now I've read that if you go and attack them and destroy their base, they just get stronger. So we won't do that just yet. Here's the pollution overlay, the red kind of area. So we're making lots of pollution. Turret coverage, oh that's a nice infographic. Electricity network, logistic network, trains and player names. Okay, cool. So I think this will hold for now. We'll get back to our oil business. So now we've got 4 buffer tanks for the 3 outputs of this refinery. And let's build a chemical plant. We'll put it down here because I think we're going to use the output. These big power poles, they reach a long distance. They're really nice. So let's pick an output, sulfur. Sulfur needs this stuff. Petroleum gas, so maybe we'll put an underground line in. And we need water. So where are we going to get water from? Oh yeah, I also have some pipe manufacturing going on here, just so if we ever need some, we just grab it. So I actually have construction robots now. We'll have to play with those later. Guess we'll put our offshore pump for the water right here. And try to make it mostly underground. Now I think we can safely go underground and cross pipes. I really hope so. But we actually don't need to. Just do above ground pipe. Straight into our water port here. So now this has petroleum gas and water and should be outputting sulfur. So let's put that in a chest for now. Let's build another chemical plant. Let's build a few, but let's put one down. And in this one, let's make, I guess, sulfuric acid. Iron plate, water, sulfur. Because we need sulfuric acid for batteries. Now, I don't know if I should be putting these 3 primary components down our down our main bus here. I've read that it's probably a good idea to put the liquids off to the side, but for now I'll just kind of put them off here over to the side. So there we go, we got the 3 ingredients going in there: water, iron plate, sulfur. And we made some sulfuric acid, which we got to put somewhere. Guess we'll put it in a buffer tank. It's going fairly well. There's like a whole bunch of other things we can build, I think. Let's see. Solid fuel, lubricant, plastic bar. So we could make some engine units, which would allow us to make this car. And engine units require steel plate, iron gear wheel, and a pipe. I don't think we'll need a huge amount of those, so I might just kind of one-off it here. Okay, so we can't craft these engine units by hand, so I guess we'll do them down here in an assembling machine. Let's make some gears in here. I'm not sure how many of these engine units we're going to need long term, so I'm just going to do a temporary solution here. And then once we have 8, we'll try to make a car. The car is probably going to need some fuel, but we'll see after we build it. Now a lot of stuff requires these red circuits. Advanced circuit, which takes plastic bars. Plastic bars require coal and petroleum gas. Let's put another chemical plant down. And assign it plastic bar. So we need to get some coal over here. Well, we have a coal line here, which is nowhere near capacity, so we could use that. That's loading coal. Now we need petroleum gas piped in from over here. So there it goes, it's making plastic bars. And we gotta output those in a box. Just realized we've been researching something that we can't quite make yet, so we'll do the red-green stuff first. These other ones require the Science Pack 3, which requires advanced circuit, which is kind of what we're building towards here. Which requires plastic bars, copper cable, and electronic circuits. So it looks like Science Pack 3s require advanced circuits and engine units and electric mining drills. So that's a lot of stuff. They're pretty expensive. Should we keep getting attacked? I'm gonna go take some ammo over. We're under attack. We definitely need to load this up though, automatically. So put a chest down. Alright, iron chest is probably fine. Now what happens if we load 2 different types of ammo? Does that work? Doesn't look like we can mix the two. So this is interesting. When you're on the map and you zoom out, you can only zoom out so far. But if you go to the map view, find out where you want to go, and then zoom in, you can actually see things. See these critters amassing. Here they come. So we got to get to lasers pretty soon. How do we do that? Or do we already have them? Laser turrets. If we made some military research, we could build them. And military research takes grenades, piercing round magazine, and gun turrets. Expensive. We were making grenades down here, I think. Actually, we were making them in the past, but we stopped making them. What do grenades take to make? Coal and iron plate. So we're going to try to make laser turrets. We're going to need a lot of these military science packs, which we've made a few of manually. So we'll put those into the ring here. Put them in a box. So there we go. They're going to take a very long time. Alright, let's try to build that car now. Now that we have all these engine units. Car. And it requires some kind of fuel. What kind of fuel can we give it? Can we give it coal? We can. How do we turn? Nice. Oh, we can crash. Just broke our power pole. We should leave this thing outside of the base. Or make a big gate for it. Takes a while to get used to. Okay. Need to put a gun on it. Or are we using? Are we using a gun? Let's try to shoot something. Let's go hit some biters up here. See if our night vision works. Oh no, our car's still running. Oh. Driving at night. Biters. Oh, back up. Nasty worm. Thing's got some range on it. Okay, back to base. Oh. Well, you can run over trees. Okay, let's park it. Oh. Well, that was fun. Let's leave that right there. So I've set up an outer belt here for the science packs here, so we can get all 3 types of research in. So in a while we'll have laser turrets. Next episode I need to increase my iron plate capacity. We don't have enough right now. At least we got the oil processing working and our oil refinery, our chemical plant. And we're building up sulfuric acid here. And we got to mess around with that car, which is pretty neat. So once we have laser turrets, I'll go around the outside of the base and upgrade all the turrets. We're about to get hit by biters here. I can see them coming. That way we won't need to reload any ammo because they use energy instead. Which will be a big bonus, and they do more damage. So our base is getting pretty big now. I'm sure it's tiny compared to some of the bases out there, but having lots of fun. So thanks for watching, and hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying these. And we'll see you next time.